Hello, everybody. I'm Brian.
Not Brian.
And this is Brian versus Brian, episode 145, The Princess Bride. My name is Brian Blake. You subscribe to my channel. Prepare to watch. Okay? Yeah. Princess Bride, Inigo Montoya. Rob Reiner, directed by. Released September 25th, 1987. You had seen this before, right?
Yeah, it's been many years, but yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. I have not seen it. Yeah, directed and produced by Rob. We also got Andrew in there. Andrew Sheenman. Starring, I don't know how to pronounce his name.
I know, every time it's like, Eels?
Yeah, Carrie Eels. Yeah, Mandy Patinkin, Chris Sheridan, Christopher Guest, Wallace Shawn, Andre the Giant, Fred Savage, Robin Wright. The introduction of what the heck, Jenny.
Yes, from Forrest Gump.
Yeah. Act 3 Communications, Buttercup Films. Okay. Yeah, 1987. 98 minutes, budget 60 million, box office 30 million. Went on to become a big cult success. So it starts with what the heck was his name? Dang. Eels was Wesley, that's what it was. Wesley. Dead Pirate Roberts. So it's Fred Savage. I forgot it had I've seen this footage before of the Fred Savage stuff.
Yeah, like him with Grandpa.
I forgot. I didn't know. I forgot it was from like this because they use that for like memes and shit. And it's like, you know, you've ever seen the memes where it's like, now we're heading into the pit of despair, and it's got the guy. Anyways, I was like, oh, I didn't know this is like a dual time zone thing. So we got the Fred Savage stuff in the beginning. He's sick, and Grandpa comes over to read a book. He's not really too excited about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the end, he really wants to know what's going to happen next in the book. So he starts telling the story, and then Wesley is this like little farmhand slave for the main girl, Buttercup. Oh, okay, man.
That's what you're going with.
That's what we're gonna go with the name. All right. Whatever.
I just kept the whole movie. I'm like, why do you build me a buttercup, baby? I kept fucking singing that song.
Oh yeah, and then he's telling he was a sweet slave boy. Anything she would ask, he would say. What did he say? What was his, damn it, his go-to? Yeah, as you wish. Can you hand me that? She would ask for things she didn't even need. Can you fetch that cauldron above the fireplace there? Yes, as you wish. And then wouldn't you know it, he said, "As you wish," and always did her bidding. So one day, damn it, she fell in love. It was like, okay, so she falls in love just one day. Kisses him. It's never right to fall in love with your slave, because then you don't know if it's real.
Yeah.
How much of this is love, and how much of it is just because I'm your slave master?
Yeah, taking advantage of what you got. Yeah,
that's the problem with finding a good relationship when you're rich. Same problem there. So they fall in love, and I forget why he has to leave. He has to leave for some reason. What did he do? I don't fucking remember. Some stupid plot device. I have to go now. Don't remember why he had to go.
Yeah, like make more money or take a different job. Yeah, I don't know. He's a slave. I don't remember. He had to go on some adventure.
Well, now that I'm not your slave, I'll have to go find our new family a slave. It's like, what? And she's like, well, what if you never return? I will return. Whatever happened to this guy, Carrie Eels, man, he was kind of in a lot of shit for a minute, and then kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
I just can't see that guy without picturing Robin Hood. That's probably the top for me.
Yeah,
Men in Tights, baby.
He's also in the first Saw movie. He's the one that saws his leg off. Yeah,
that's probably the most modern thing I've ever seen him in.
Yeah. Liar, liar! Fuck, I forgot about the claw and all.
Yeah.
God damn it!
You're frightened by the claw. You're doing it wrong. Yeah, so he leaves, and then Prince Humperdinck steals her in the night as his princess. This whole movie, I don't understand what this movie is. I mean, it's Rob Reiner, so that gives me a hint that it's probably a comedy.
Yeah.
But it doesn't play much like a comedy. It's pretty funny in some parts, but it doesn't really play much like a comedy. I guess a lot of these 80s movies didn't play it up. It was just kind of take itself seriously, and that's why it'll be funny.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty fun in that regard.
It's just a fun fantasy adventure. Like, I think Andre and Inigo Montoya are the funniest bits of the movie. Their characters, at least.
Inigo's the best.
Yeah, for sure.
Andre the Giant as Fezzik, he's just hilarious. They didn't even dub him over. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, we'll let people try and decipher what the hell you're saying. I'm here to tell your soul. I have the great majority of your soul. It's like that when he's giving the speech at the end when he's covered in the cloak.
Oh yeah,
I don't understand a goddamn word. I'm here to tell your soul apart when I go out. What the fuck is he saying? It's working. They're all pushing him in. It's working.
Oh my god.
You better run. He's so funny, dude. Oh man.
Yeah, I think the last 20 minutes of the movie is where he's I found these horses. I was walking around and I found these white horses.
What do you know? 3 white horses. I don't know. There's 4.
There's 4. Yeah, with 4 of us.
And there's 4 of us.
So good,
dude. How are you gonna sit on one of them horses? These are like donkey size.
Poor horse, yeah.
And then there's the other part where he's carrying Wesley, who's still messed up from the potion. That's a really good bit we'll get to.
Yeah.
He's like, I need you to unlock this door, because he's chasing the guy. He's finally gonna kill the guy that killed his father. He's preparing this whole fucking movie for it, and damn it, a locked door is the only thing holding him back.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't leave him alone. It's like, you're ruining my quest. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to stay here for a minute. I'll be right back. And even when he's Andre the Giant, so even when he tries to go fast, it's the slowest shit you've ever seen in your life.
Just like a hobble thing.
Every joint in his body screaming, no! Don't move! And he gets to the door. You're welcome. And then goes back. Oh shit. Yeah, so it happens. What the hell's that guy's name? Vizzini? Wallace Shawn. I don't know who this guy is. You see him in so many 80s movies. He always plays the same fucking kooky guy.
Mm-hmm.
The whiny voice and he's got the same shtick, but he's pretty fucking funny in this, like he always is in these little things he does. But Fezzik, and then Andre the Giant and Inigo, what do? They are hired by that guy to kidnap the princess, and they have to blame it on some foreign country because that's going to start a war. We didn't have no backstory about this at all.
Yeah,
they're just constantly people trying to. Well, we have to start the war. We don't even know I don't know the name of the fucking country we're in.
Yeah,
or the kingdom. But that's a plot point here for some reason. So all that shit was pretty funny. when they say, "Why do you keep looking behind us?" Oh yeah, that guy does a lot of voice work too. He does a lot of fucking Disney shit.
That's Toy Story. He's the dinosaur in Toy Story.
Yeah.
T-Rex in Toy Story. Yeah.
I'm by Mattel. well, not actually Mattel. It's a small company in receivership owned by Mattel, but pretty much Mattel. Yeah, I was like, "Why are you looking behind us?" And he's "Are you sure nobody was following us?" Nobody was following us. They would never know. By the time they knew, it would be far too late.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks again. Quit doing that! I'm sorry. I just could have swore I saw somebody following us. What do you mean? Like that ship right there? Yeah. And then there's the ship following us. It's gaining on us. And what I was thinking about this whole fucking movie, and it's I think one of the things why it works and why it's great. Is everything is real.
Yeah.
Every fucking thing is real. They're on a ship. I don't know if it's floating, but it's a fucking ship that you could tell they built because it ain't that great. It's all kind of small and like, but they put some money into it and like everything's a real fucking thing. And I miss that in movies. Like every fucking thing you see, they're on top of a cliff thing later when they climb up the rope off the boat.
Just wide shots of actual people climbing. I was like, holy shit.
And it's and then they're on top of the cliff, and that's like a real set.
Mm-hmm.
It's all plaster of Paris and fucking real shit. The matte painting behind it, but everything they can physically touch is real, and I love it. It's awesome. Every fucking thing.
And I love just seeing like the seams of the cracks in a way, because like during I know we're getting to the fight with Wesley and Inigo, but like they're doing backflips off of these stairs and they're landing on a mattress because you see the dust go poof and you see like the mattress. Like I love seeing shit like that. It's always fun.
Yeah, and so they're climbing up, and I love it. Andre the Giant, man. Well, climb, you big lug! And they all get on him, and the guy's like fucking on him, and he's not even using his legs to climb the rope.
Yeah.
Did you go up the rope? 10th floor. And he's following us. And I think he's gaining on us too. It's like, yeah, he's like telling Andre the Giant, he's like, go faster, your job depends on it. Maybe you didn't realize I'm carrying 2 people here. I don't care how many people you're carrying. Yeah, all the good stuff, man. And they get to the top, and he cuts the rope, and they look down there, and he's saying, "Hey, yeah, he's still down there.
He's got some good arms."
Yeah, this guy's good. And I love Inigo and Andre go to take care of something and say, "Yes, I will take care of him. I will kill him. No problem." And
I will duel him with my left hand. It's like unprompted. He's just like, okay, no.
Just to be fair, to make it worth my time. To make it worth my time.
Oh my god.
And then he looks down there. Hey, I love it. Are you going to take long? Believe it or not, this is harder than it looks. It may be a minute. Okay. I will be up here practicing for our duel. Okay, thank you. And he's like, you sure you don't need a hand? He looks over the edge. You know, I don't think I can trust you. Of course you could trust me.
I'm a Spaniard. I've had some Spaniard friends. I don't think I can trust you.
Yeah. What if I gave you my word? I don't know how much your word really means to me. Okay. What if I swear on my father's sword that I will not kill you till you touch the peak of this mountaintop?
All right.
Yeah. He throws him down the rope, and he gets up to the top, and he has a little bit more conversation. I don't quite remember what it is.
I think it's the backstory, like the whole his father being killed.
Oh yeah, yeah. They have a sit down. Yeah, the stupidest shit to get it to. It's like, do you have? I think it's like the first thing he says. Do you have 6 fingers? Do you have 6 fingers on your right hand? Is this how you start every encounter? I was just wondering because I have spent 20 years of my life looking for this six-fingered man. You see, my father was a sword maker in Spain. It just goes into this.
Oh my god.
And I think he comments throughout the story. Okay. Anyways, he made this. I think he has the sword. He made this sword for him, and he promised a fortune. When he came back, he would only give him 1/3 of what he promised to pay for the sword. Of course, my father refused, and I don't remember. He killed him, kind of without honor.
Yeah.
I don't know, when he wasn't looking or something, stabbed him in the back or something. And see, I was but a child, or I would have murdered him then. But since I was just a child, he did this to me. He's got the 2 scars, kind of Jokerish scars. It goes back to fucking, what's his name? Wesley's like, interesting story. He's just kind of. So, anyways, I thought I'd ask about the fingers. Anyways.
So we duel now?
Yeah. And they duel, and they're both pretty good.
They're pretty good choreography for 80s, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Some cool little fun tricks in there.
And then Ego's like, you are pretty good. You are very good, I think. The only problem is, I am not left-handed.
Okay, I know something you don't know.
Oh, yeah. And what might
I'm not
that
left-handed. Oh, shit!
And he starts kind of getting a little bit of an upper hand. And then, I can't remember what Wesley says. Yes, you are very good. But there's something you also don't know. And then, I am also not left-handed. Oh, shit! Great moments. I don't remember how he kind of bests him. He does like the patented lightsaber.
Yeah, it does like a bunch of circles. Yeah,
the helicopter dick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then I believe Inigo falls to his knees. Please, kill me quickly. And then he says something pretty cool, like, I kind of like you, so I will not kill you, but I cannot have you following me.
Mm-hmm.
So he just hits him with the sword and kind of knocks him out. And by this time, Wesley is now, what the hell's the pirate's name?
Oh yeah,
Dread Pirate Roberts.
Dread
That's why he wears the mask and all this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he also asks him, "Why are you wearing a mask?" No, I don't know. I think it's going to catch on in the future.
Yeah, everyone will be wearing them in the future.
And yeah, so moving on. So he moves on, and he's oh, I love it when the prince comes by with his men, and they say there was a fight here. They were both very skilled. One was a Spaniard, and it's like one bested the other, but left him here, and it's like it's just everything perfectly. And yeah, you get the guy. He sees him coming. He's like, "You gotta stop him! I'm gonna keep going with the princess." Lada. It's like, "Well, what do I do?" You imbecile! You hide behind a rock. You hide behind the boulder. When he comes around the bend, hit him in the head with a rock. And he's like, "Oh," and he's like it says something like, "Because that's your style, strength." And he's like, "My style doesn't seem very sportsmanlike." And then he comes around the bend, and he throws the rock. Shitty little plaster, like rock that shatters when it hits the. Oh my! Yeah, next time I will kill you with it.
Yeah, I missed on purpose. I believe you.
No, I can hit your head from 50 yards from you, you know. And he's like, I don't remember what he said. Like, I wanted you to have a chance. It's not right for me to crush your little head with this rock. Because I could. But I think we should fight like men, very fair. Just you and me, no weapons. He's like, you're saying if I throw my sword down, you'll put that rock down? Yes. Still seems quite unfair for me.
Yeah. We'll kill each other like civilized men? Yes.
Yep, and then they're fighting. And anyways, he kind of some ridiculous wrestling and stuff, and he gets on his back and chokes him out.
I love that bit though when he's choking him. He's like, "Oh, I'm used to taking out 10 guys at once. What does that matter? How is that harder or easier?"
It's very different technique fighting 10 men versus fighting one. It's more difficult. It's like, yeah, and he bests him, and he moves on. And then runs into what's his name with the he was also the principal in a Goofy movie.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Science slumber parties. Remember that?
It's been forever.
His voices and everything. And he's there with a little knife to her neck or something, and they stop for lunch. There's like bread and wine out. They stopped for brunch, just on the way of running away.
The big roll of cheese with like that perfect triangle cut out of it.
Yeah. And he knows his weakness. He thinks Wesley knows this guy's weakness already. He thinks he's very smart. He's like, I use my brain. And he's like, well, then I challenge you to a game of wits. Okay, you versus me? And so, it's so weird. And he's like, well, how about some wine? Yeah, sure, pour it. Pours 2 glasses of wine for them. And then that's very convenient because this plays right into the game that I wanted to play with you. Pulls out this little reed, thing, hollow. It's got poison in it. This is poison. I'm going to pour it in 1 glass. You figure out which glass I poured it in. You take a drink. I'll take a drink. Whoever dies loses. So it's a pretty simple game. 50-50 odds. Yeah, so then there's some really funny stuff. You think I'm an idiot, and I would drink the glass in front of me. But you didn't know that I knew you would think I'm a genius, and I would never drink the glass in front of me. That would be too obvious. Or maybe you knew that I knew, so you had to put it in front of me. Knowing that I would never drink the glass in front of me, which I definitely will drink from. It's like, and it goes on like that. And he's like, are you almost done?
Yeah.
Are we going to, and he's like, no!
I haven't even started.
Yeah.
That drug was created in Australia. He just goes on this huge fucking thing about Australia.
Thought that I had never been to Australia. That's great. And sorry. Yeah, finally. Okay, that's your choice. They drink, and I love that he dies. Like, I knew, I knew I'd win. Yeah, just kind of falls over, type of thing. How'd you? And then the Princess Bride is. How'd you know who's gonna pick that one? I didn't. I poisoned both cups. I've been working on my immunity to poison these whole 15 years or some shit like that. So now he's got the Princess Buttercup, and there's a lot of weird shit before he reveals that he's the one you're in love with and came to save you. Like, ridiculous shit. Like, just he pretends to, he threatens to hit her, does this other shit, and I was like, what the fuck is this? Makes no sense. You're coming to save the love of your life, but she doesn't know who I am yet, so I'm gonna really,
psychologically abuse her.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
I'm gonna gaslight her till I fucking till I tell her who I am. I was like, why would he do any of this? It makes no
Yeah.
sense. Why
He
would
would
you
just
just
take it
be
off
all-
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they're going through the forest. I think he hasn't even revealed it yet, right? They're
Before they
going.
get to the fight, he does because they fall down the hill, then they go into the forest. But they stop on the
Oh,
top of a
okay.
green hill and they talk about a bunch of shit. Like he's the pirate and he killed Wesley and all that. The one I
Mhm.
loved.
Yeah, we'll make up a stupid backstory. It's like, what the fuck? Ah, just kidding. It's me. Why did you threaten to bitch slap me back there? I was in character. Anyways, and they go through the fucking forest of despair and all some crap. There's some quicksand that get out of. It's not much. It's not a whole lot of action or much of anything that goes on in this movie, but it's still pretty fun for some reason.
I love the oversized rodent. Just, I love the design of it. Obviously, someone's in a costume, but it looked pretty damn good for the '80s.
Yeah. At first, you're like, you see him looking out through the forest. It's very Jim Henson, like fucking Labyrinth
Yeah.
looking. Dark Crystal, whatever, one of those. Looks like those kind of creatures you'd see. Creepy. And first you're like, why even make these costumes or introduce these things? You're not even gonna do anything. They're just kind of looking. He's like, and they don't pay him much attention. They just keep
Hmm.
going about their day. And then later, a little bit later, one attacks. And oh shit! And he's biting him, and that's pretty good. He's like biting his arm, and the
Oh
blood
yeah.
is just gushing. I was like, yeah, I don't do this kind of stuff no more.
And the close up of the mouth opening with the tongue, just like.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that was
shit.
ridiculous. He's like, what are you doing with your tongue, man? You look like some kind of lizard. Are you a rodent or a lizard? Make up your mind. And yeah, and I felt bad for it at the end. He's like, fuck, he's just kicking it, stabbing it.
Yeah. Burning it. He like pushes him over the fire
Yeah,
pit
and it's still like making noise, and he's just kind of stabbing it a couple more times. Ow! I was like, come on, man, put it out of its misery, man. Now you're fucking around, man. Now you're just fucking being mean.
Oh my god.
Anyways, and then yeah, they get to. Oh yeah, they get the prince catches up with them. I love it. Prince catches up with them. We will surrender. Ah, you come to surrender to me? Accept. No, you imbecile. You surrender to us. Oh, in that case, I would die first. Some shit like that. And then she immediately flops. She immediately rolls over on him.
Yeah.
Like, will you spare his life if I give up and come back with you? And he's like, what the fuck? It's the only way. He's like, what do you mean it's the only way? 4 seconds in. And it's like they were content on trying to fight until they saw oh my god, the crossbows. No one can defeat a crossbow.
Yeah.
That's a ranged weapon. Our swords will be no match. So she agrees and says they have to take him back to the ship, and he's like, tells his little helper, kill him, of course.
Mhm.
Put him in the pit of despair. He's like, as you wish. And then yada yada, they leave.
And he sees the 6 fingers.
Oh yeah,
He,
yeah.
he's
He
like,
sees the 6 fingers on. You have 6 fingers on your right
Just
hand.
fucking hilarious that they actually just move with it. Like I don't know.
And the fact that he has like this custom leather glove,
Yeah.
made.
Oh my
and,
god.
and that they had to like do some puppetry or something, because they show the hand and like all the fingers wiggle a little bit, just to show. Yeah, man,
There's 6 of them.
we got puppetry in this shit. And then I can't remember what he says when he says that you have 6 fingers, and he's like, "Watch your mouth," or "What did you say?" He's like, "Someone was looking for you."
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell that kind of pisses him off, and he's probably fucked a lot of people over in his day. So he's like, "Well, who is it?" Anyways, they take him to the pit of despair, and we meet the the albino, which is a guy with some baby powder ass makeup on.
Yeah.
It looks terrible, but so it's funny, I guess. And he's got some kind of fucking I don't know, cold sore on his fucking
on his
lip.
Yeah.
And he made a torture device, and it's just like it's like 6 suction cups, 2 on your nipples, 2 on your temples,
yeah.
and then like 2 on your like abdomen or something like that. He's like, "Have you heard of suction before?" It's like a new thing. Then I've heard of it. Yes, to take water out of a boat or something. He's like, "Yes, that was what it was originally invented for, but I have made a device, the most heinous device that uses suction to torture people." And it goes all the way up to level 50. I will put you on level 1. And then he's like, and this is the helper of the prince. I forget his name. Count Tyrone. Count Tyrone.
Tyrone.
He's pretty much like kind of like a Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, yeah.
And he's got like a hair and the ego and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he's like, "Now, I want you to be very honest with me with your feedback, okay? Because I really need some great feedback on this machine." Turns it on. So how did that feel? And now remember, I need it to be truthful. Yada, yada, yada. What happens next? They raid the town before the wedding to show that he's not involved with the kidnapping and death of his wife, which he definitely is, the prince.
Mm-hmm.
Some weird plot devices going on. And then so Inigo is back in that town, and they try to get him out of there, and he's like, "I'm not going anywhere. I'm waiting here. You need to leave, or we're gonna kill you. I am waiting here." And he's all drunk, and he wiggles his sword at him. And then he calls over, "You brute, get this man!" And it happens to be Andre the Giant, so he helps him. And then there's a pretty funny scene where, like, there's a couple times where cutbacks to the grandpa and the kid, like, "Oh, ew, is there a lot of kissing in this and stuff?" It's not. It's really inconsequential. The cutbacks to the grandpa and the kid, they just throw in some tiny little jokes sometimes. Usually the least funny of the most of the movie. But I think you get a voiceover of the grandpa, right, narrating this part.
Yeah. Typically, when we're like coming back from one of those scenes, there's like a little bit of like narration lead in, but then it goes away, I think, eventually.
Yeah, and he's like, whatever. Fezzik was trying hard to take care of his very inebriated friend, and he's feeding him the soup. And then his face falls down in the soup, and then he's trying to nurse him back to life, and he's just dunking him in the
aggressively,
like the scalding water and then the cold water.
Forgot about that.
He comes up, enough, and he's all wet. "Oh, you better now." "Hey, anybody want a peanut?" And so I don't remember what happened after that. He got him sober, and they have to go back to the village. Oh, we have to go back there. How did he figure out
where Wesley was?
No, because he wants to get into the castle, and he needs Wesley to do that.
Right.
But how does he know that the 6-fingered man is in the castle? Because Wesley knows that.
Oh, shit.
So I don't understand how he got that info, right? Because it's like he needs to get in the castle for some fucking reason. I think he's still trying to get the bride? Or is he after the guy? I have no fucking clue. But he's like, "We got to get in there." "We can't. There's 30 guards at the door." "How many people have you ever fought before?" 10. That would leave 20 for me. And I don't think I can fight that many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need help.
So we need the man in black. Yeah, so there's a weird disconnect there. I don't remember how he figures it out. But they go to get the Man in Black, and he's been tortured on level 50, so now he's dead. And they grab his body and take him to the wizard, an old wizard who used to work for the old king, and he's one of the funner parts in the movie. Billy fucking Crystal.
Oh yeah, kills it.
Fucking, hello, how are you doing? Bring him in, bring him in. Yes. I've been retired many years. I can't do it no more. We'll give you 65. 65, you say? Oh well. How long has he been dead? We don't know. You see, you're either all the way dead or you're not all the way dead. This man is not all the way dead.
Yeah, like slightly dead or something. Yeah.
Yeah, he is only slightly dead. Lucky for you, it's a little easier than I can do for 65. He's like, I don't know. But how do I know? How do I know you just didn't beat him up in a poker game, and now you're trying to get your money from him? That's why you need him to come back to life. I don't know. So I have to breathe a little bit of life into him, and he will tell me why he is here, or what his mission is, and something. So he breathes life into him with the fucking chimney fucking thing, and he says, "True love. There, you see, true love. There is no cause as noble as true love. No, I didn't hear true love." And then he says what he thought he heard. And then his wife comes out. I forget the actress's name. I think she was on like Taxi or some shit, but she's the,
I just remember her from Scrooge with Bill Murray. She plays one of the ghosts. She's the one that always kind of beats him up. She's like the fairy woman in Scrooge.
Totally.
She's great.
You know he said true love and all that. Get out of here. I don't hear anything. La, 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 la. You're a coward. He's afraid his powers are gone. And anyways, he finally agrees, and he's making some fucking pill for him to eat. What are you doing with chocolate? He's like brushing it with chocolate. Oh, the chocolate makes it go down easy. So, and then there's some funny shit. Is it gonna work? Of course it's gonna work. Give me the 65. And then they leave, and the wife's like, "Is that gonna work? I have no idea."
They're gonna need a
Goodbye!
miracle.
Yeah, they're gonna need a miracle. Yeah, because he's the miracle worker. No, is that gonna work? It'd be a miracle. Goodbye.
I love it too when they're having a conversation because he's talking about like you need a good reason to bring him back, and Toya's like, "Oh, the man who killed my father, six-fingered man, is at the castle, and I need this man's help to kill him." And he's like, "Yeah, I don't believe it, horseshit." And he's like, "Well, this man's bride is in there. They're trying to save for love." And he's like, "Yeah, your first story was better."
Yeah, go with your first story. I mean, if I do this for you, you guys are gonna go give grief to Prince, whatever it is, Tinglebutt. What the
Huckleberry,
fuck?
Hucklebuck,
to Prince Humperdinck. Yes. All right, that's something I can get behind. Why didn't you lead with that? And yeah. Anyways, they get to the castle. They see the six-fingered man. I think kind of. Well, first they get in by the scene I was talking about
bridge.
earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, how are we gonna get in there? like they needed one extra guy, but then they were like, "How are we gonna do it? There's 30." Yeah, we fucking established this. You said we just needed one guy, and now this guy can't even fucking move. And it's like, and he's like, he's kind of like a Weekend at Bernie's.
Yeah,
he just moves his head a little bit. Where am I? And he looks at, "Are you my enemy?" He kind of doesn't know them, but he knows everything else.
Yeah,
about his life. I don't understand what's going on, dude.
Yeah,
he's like, "Where's my bride?" So, okay, you know that. And he's, oh god. So he's flopping around. So he's really no help at all. There's no reason to have him. He's a if anything, he's a burden to the team. And so they come up with this plan, and they wheel out Andre the Giant. If he wasn't big enough, they make him bigger. That was the whole plan. If we only, they're like, what are our assets? We have the stick. We have one sword. They're all naming all the things, and And I think Wesley's like, dang, if we only had a wheelbarrow. Oh yeah, we have a wheelbarrow or something like that.
Yeah.
Why didn't you name that in the assets then? It didn't. It was like it didn't seem like it was relevant. The wheelbarrow. But anyways, I'd like put him on a wheelbarrow and cover him in a black shawl so he looks like 10 feet tall. It's all. At first, I thought it was the old child on another child's shoulders gag
Right.
to get into like the rated R movie. I'm gonna one adult ticket, please, type of thing. And I was like, are they gonna have him like on one of their shoulders? Like, they never established that or how he's how that tall. I don't think he's just kind of up there. I don't know what the fuck's because they show him behind him like pushing a wheelbarrow. Somehow he's up there, and that's when he gives this very big speech about I got the word souls and like fire and that was about it.
Yeah.
He rolls up. You know they're gonna take your souls for the heart of fire, and then they light him on fire.
Yeah.
I can handle it. Just light me. Just light him on fire, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's a demon!" And they all, they run away. Well, that worked out pretty good.
It is so jarring too because they keep cutting back to a close up of him and then like a doll version of him.
Yeah.
It looks
on
nothing like
fire.
him. On fire.
I don't feel too comfortable actually being in there when it's on fire. We could do that with a doll or something.
Yeah, I love on the bridge too when they're going through the plan. I think throughout the whole conversation, like he'll move like, hey, your arm just moved. That's great. It's starting to work. And then like later on, hey, your head moved. Doesn't that make you feel nice? Aren't you happy about that? That was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I think right before they do the wheelbarrow thing, right? They all puts his hand in for teamwork, and then Giant, and then Wesley has to like flop his arm on the pile. Go. And they get in, and they see the six-fingered man in the hallway, and this is some of the best stuff when, with Inigo, and the whole time he's telling people like what he's gonna say. I've practiced my whole life. When I see the man who killed my father, I will tell him hello. Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. Montoya?
Yeah,
Montoya. Inigo Montoya, you killed my father. Prepare to die. And he just, throughout the whole fucking movie, he just says it too much. So he says it in the hallway there. After he like defeats his two little side helpers, he says it to him. And he immediately turns around and runs.
Just sprints down.
And then... And then we get that scene we're talking about where he had to come help him bust the door down.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's in a room with him fighting him. And he gets into the room and the guy
Tyrone.
Count Tyrone throws a knife into his stomach. Oh! And then he's like, this is some pretty sad shit when he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Father. I have failed you.
Once again.
But then somehow I got my second wind. It's like, just pulls it out. Fuck this.
I think it's because Tyrone's talking shit, so he's like, all right, motherfucker.
I have not come this far. And, and he starts doing the whole spiel. I am Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. My name is Inigo Montoya. He's like, stop saying that! He says it like 10 fucking times. Prepare to die. And I can't remember. Yeah, he kills him. I don't know. It's a bunch of like little things. He stabs him once, cuts him twice. That is a bunch of little wounds, and finally gets him. And then we move on. At that point, their quest is kind of completed. I really don't know why Andre the Giant and Inigo are still hanging around. So there's like they don't know why they came in the castle. Well, first I don't remember why, but then I found out the guy was in here, so I had to be here. Now he's dead. I don't know. I just feel like I want to help this guy, the black guy, the man
Yeah.
in the black. You know, it's like, well, okay, whatever. Good motivations. And he finds Buttercup, and they already got married. But he's says, "Did you say I do?" She's like, "No, I didn't." Then you're not married. Aha! Would it fucking matter?
Yeah.
Either way.
Either way, you're gonna save her.
Is it different? Oh, you're married? Oh, I don't fuck with married women, man.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. I got standards. And he's laying on the bed, and he's still fucking paralyzed as shit. And oh yeah, she gets on him and starts kissing on him, and he's like, gentle, and she's like, "That's all you have to say at a time like this." Yes, gentle. And then I think he tells her, and she realizes. And then the prince comes in, and he's like gonna fight him, and he's talking all this shit while he's laying on the bed. And then what happens? Like
Oh,
he
we're gonna.
he like it.
Oh, what does he say? Fuck. He says something. He's like, I don't even know what that means. And he goes on this whole spiel about, but I forget what, something to do with pain. I don't remember. He's like, I'm gonna cut your fucking feet off at the, and gouge your
Oh,
eyeballs.
yeah,
Keep your ears so that you can hear the monstrosity when people see you.
Yeah, so then when children pass you by, say, "Mommy, what is that monster?" And their blood-curdling screams will ring in your new ear.
Perfect ears, yeah.
And then he gets him to give up. He just gives up at that point.
Yeah.
And then it was like, "Ha! I'm paralyzed. I couldn't have done any of that. You lied to me. Why would you do that?"
I knew it. You're bluffing. You're bluffing.
Yeah, and then I really don't remember the end. How it kind of concluded.
Yeah, the horse thing comes. The Andre and the Giant, the horse is pretty funny. And then they just ride off, and then they kiss, and it cuts back to Fred Savage and his grandpa, and that's basically it.
Yeah, but how did they defeat the prince?
They just left him tied up. They just ran out of there.
Oh, well, that's a terrible ending. That's good. It's a great book ending though, because then you get it right the next one.
Next one, yeah.
So that's it. They leave Humperdinck tied to a chair and jump to safety through the window. Oh, I like that part too. And they jump to safety. What? Oh yeah, because Andre the Giant's down there, and she jumps, and it's just like this weird camera view, and then and then like they all jump into his arms, and it's like 30 feet down. Yeah, and then we get the "As You Wish" from the grandpa at the end. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, it's not an amazing movie. I mean, I'm sure I would have liked it more if I would have seen it as a kid. But there's just some kind of charm to it. There's these movies don't become cult classics for nothing.
Yeah.
There's always something. It's not just a fucking shitty movie. There's no shitty movie that has become like beloved, except maybe like The Room.
Yeah.
There's an actual shitty movie. There's, you know what I mean? There's always something that brought it, that made some group of people or some small minority like it.
Yeah, even like movies that we reviewed on the show, which are like cult classic movies that you and I haven't really enjoyed. I can see like something like Roadhouse or Top Gun. Like I can see why those are popular, but I mean they're not very good movies. But I can see the love for Tom Cruise and the jet stuff and Roadhouse with Swayze, and there's at least some of that. But those aren't. I wouldn't say that Roadhouse or Top Gun are good movies.
Yeah, I'd say this one is kind of a good movie.
Yeah,
it's fun. I mean, it's the production value. It's just really, it's not great, but it's 80s, and I love it because everything's like seems so real. Yeah. When they're running through the castle, like somebody built all this shit.
Yeah.
Like this is a fucking giant plaster of Paris castle that they had to fucking make. All of this. It's a shit ton of shit to make. And, you can't just fucking put a green screen and call it good. Like it's real tangible stuff. And it's just, I don't know, it just looks so cool. Yeah, and it's pretty funny. It's not overtly funny, but there's a lot of just funny, lighthearted moments throughout. And yeah, easily my favorite character was Inigo.
Oh yeah, totally.
He was really good. Followed by Andre, just because he's so fucking weird and you can't barely tell what he's saying. He's so fun. And then Billy Crystal had that great performance. The voiceover guy from the beginning is really great. He's just at 10 the whole fucking time he's on screen, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jenny is there.
She doesn't do much, unfortunately. Yeah.
Neither really does Els, wherever his name is. He's kind of just there too. He has some cool stuff when he explains the Pirate Roberts, like some backstory stuff. But other than that, he's just kind of there. Just when you think he's gonna be the hero, because he's really good at like fighting. He's paralyzed for the last battle on. It's like, okay, whatever, that's fine. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. It was a pretty damn fun movie. I'm gonna give it a 7.6.
Nice. I'm gonna give this an 8.5. I know that's pretty high because I think it's great. I think this is a very enjoyable movie. Like it doesn't waste any time. It's very brisk. It's lighthearted, and it was just refreshing. It's been a while since I've seen this, but it's just refreshing to sit down and watch something like this because they don't make a whole lot of movies like this anymore. And to your point, and I totally agree with you, of like the sets, there's a charm to it all. Like the set on the top of the cliff with the sword fight, that whole set was amazing. The castle, shooting on location, even like the boat stuff, which is clear that they're just in a fucking warehouse full of water and they use backdrops. But just seeing the boat and like I could tell it's a water set, and it's just like so cool. I love seeing shit like that. I think we're so used to seeing CGI nowadays, which there's nothing wrong with CGI. CGI looks amazing these days, but it's refreshing to see something real again. The fact they did this in '87 is pretty awesome. And it's really funny. Not like gut busting laughter, but just like a lot of chuckling, like little things. It's like kind of dry humor in a way. Like again, I think the first time I cracked up in the movie was when I was fucking Inigo, when he turns around, he's like, I'm going to fight him with my left hand. It was just the way he delivers it is just so like out of nowhere, and like every line he delivers after that, it's so good. Good story, more or less. I was trying to remember as it was ending. I was like, does the grandpa and the kid have anything to do with this story in any sort of way? Like I thought they're gonna like in a weird way. It's like a distant relative story that's passed down, like some sort of like bow on the package at the end. But they didn't do that. It was just kind of like about this grandpa.
Yeah, and this is based on a book. I don't know if the book has this duality, or it's like a present, or that was kind of the hook.
Right.
You know what I mean? Okay, we'll do a movie about a book, and it'll have the book being read to the child, and then we'll jump into what the book is. I don't know if that's in the book or if that was the movie device to kind of. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that like the sets and stuff struck me, but another thing was this is how movies used to be. It's just a quest.
Yeah.
It's just like a quest, and then you might get a different quest, and then you get a third quest, and then the movie's over. And it's just one fucking quest,
right?
And the story really means nothing. It's just about the adventure, like going across country. It's like there's a lot of walking scenes. There's a lot of exposition about the quest in the quest movies, and I don't know, but they just did these kind of movies so good in the 80s and 90s, man. The old quest movie, so fun. Totally.
Yeah, this Never-Ending Story. Doesn't Never-Ending Story have the same? It's been a really long. Doesn't someone read that in a bedroom too? I was trying am I getting confused with this and that?
I'm pretty sure. I don't. Yeah, but that's just a quest, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it is weird because like I think this movie is really good, but yeah, you don't get to know the world. You don't really know who. I mean, you kind of get the basics of who everyone is, but not that much.
Yeah, they're talking about like two warring fucking countries and factions. Like we're gonna care like we have any stake in this or know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So just get back to the quest, man. I'm trying to throw politics in it and shit. Come on, baby. I'm watching the quest. Where's the quest at?
But I highly enjoyed it, man. It's really good. 8.5 for me. I thought it was awesome.
Wow. Yeah, 8.5, 7.6. Good movie. Love it. Check it out if you haven't. Princess Bride. It's on Disney Plus right now. Thank you for coming. We enjoy having you. Happy Mother's Day, everybody out there. Appreciate you joining us every Sunday. Please check us out on Apple Music. What do they call it? iTunes? It's just called Apple Music now, isn't it?
I have no idea. I'm an Android. I think it's Apple Music.
iTunes or Apple Music.
Apple Music, whatever the fuck.
One of the two. And then also on Spotify and as always here on YouTube. We appreciate having you. We thank you. And we really do appreciate having you. It means so much. So come check us out next Sunday. And until that day, until the next feast, we always say peace.
Peace.